You will not believe what I'm about to show you. It's truly crazy. You are looking at 1,200 bucks. If you take a bit of carbon, drizzle it on there and do a magic trick with your magic wand, and then you're rich. That's what the people think that are selling this, because these prices are kind of ridiculous. I get that they have to make money, but I am not about to spend 1,200 or even 2,700 bucks on carbon interior pieces on a car I bought for less. If you're new here, I buy garbage BMWs, try to fix them up, and today I'll show you how you can skin carbon fiber onto your interior pieces, showcasing my E46. Removing the whole interior trim is quite easy. There's tools for that, but I always use a screwdriver with a bit of tape. The door handles on the two doors are screwed on, and on the sedans you actually just have to pull them out, just like the trim on the dashboard. I always start in this corner. Right here we have the 3 pieces of dashboard trim, and honestly it's very easy to do. It takes like 5 minutes. Just don't pry like a madman and you'll get it out. It doesn't pick up well, but somebody actually painted these in Orient Blau. Same color as the car itself. And it doesn't even look half bad. I'm just a sucker for carbon and I like it. Also, I already had all the material to do the carbon skinning, so I thought might as well. The last thing we're doing in the garage is just scuffing up the surface, because the epoxy we later use needs something to bind to. I just used a strong degreaser to finish our surface prep, and now we can go upstairs and lay some carbon. These are the types of carbon fiber I have: some regular carbon weave and chopped carbon. This is probably what everybody associates with carbon fiber, but this is also carbon fiber, and like, if I'm not mistaken, just like a waste product of cutting and everything, but it looks very nice. I think it's Lamborghini who has the patent on chopped carbon, so I don't know if I can even say that. But we'll probably use this type of flavor. All of this is from Easy Composites. They have lots of tutorials on YouTube and I really like them, because everything I tried with carbon, I can only do it because they sell their stuff. And they also have the tutorials for you to experiment, so it's quite nice. And the reason why I have all of this is because I actually wanted to start my own carbon fiber business. So yeah, I did some cold air intakes and a center console trim for an E46 as well. This is the chopped carbon texture I was talking about. And this is not skin, this is a whole piece of carbon fiber, but it's heavier than the original piece. And yeah, it was just a stupid idea in my head and I wanted to experiment. But yeah, I'm glad I haven't thrown these out, because now I could show you why I have all of this stuff. We'll use this epoxy, which I have to mix. So yeah, I don't know if this is still good, we'll just experiment. I unfortunately don't yet know which type of carbon fiber I'm taking. Chopped carbon is easier to do, but the weaved carbon looks better in my opinion. So yeah, I'll just sleep over it since it's already midnight, and yeah, we'll see tomorrow. While working with carbon fiber, specifically making molds like this one from glass fiber, it's very important to wear PPE. I also hate the smell of epoxy, so I will be wearing my mask and the rest of the video will be voice-overed. I just mixed the carbon fiber tow into the epoxy itself and even tried sucking the air out with a little vacuum gun. But yeah, it didn't really work too well. In the end, I just tried to finish the whole thing. And this is what we have right now. Looks quite shitty, right? I will just trust the process and continue. Now we have to let it dry and then we can apply a second coat. But between the coats, we have to sand this down to where it's flat or flat-ish, so that the next coat of epoxy can make it flat, and then we have to apply clear coat. The lighting in this room is quite bad, so quite hard to show the texture, but you guys can imagine what this will look like once finished. And this is what the pieces look like after the first round of epoxy and sanding. The sanding is just to remove the high spots before epoxying over it again. A second coat of epoxy. And after a lot of sanding and painting, the pieces are finally done. The thing is, I unfortunately had issues with the epoxy, so there were a few air bubbles in the epoxy itself, which I could not get out for the life of me. But yeah, for the rest, I just applied clear coat super thick, and I really like the thing I tried to do where you still have the carbon fiber and the paint under it. So yeah, that looks kind of nice. If you don't like that look, you should definitely paint these black before you do this. But yeah, I really like this look. So it's definitely possible to get good DIY carbon fiber parts on a budget. My epoxy has been standing there for years. The clear coat wasn't even carbon fiber specific because if I recall correctly, there's a specific type of clear coat you need. But yeah, I just used whatever I had. Do these really expensive carbon fiber parts on the internet have their place? Depends. They are too expensive, my point still stands, but there is a bit of skill and craftsmanship going into these to get a flawless finish. I haven't yet mastered it, but at some point I will be able to do nice carbon fiber parts. Maybe I will buy some more tools to get better results, but that's nothing for today. What is on the other hand relevant today is this M51. I bought another M51 because I want to build the ultimate daily driver. Also, tying into the TDS engine topic, I bought a lot of literally 5 injection pumps. Well, one only is the head, but I have a lot of injection pumps to try out stuff on and rebuild and do. I got these for basically free. It was a real steal. I'll also make a video on teardown of different style pumps, because there's an old one, this one with this top part, and a newer one with this style top part. So both of these are slightly different, mainly in the top part itself, because apparently there's a different style of mechanism. I'll tear that down, do a lot of research, and then hopefully have enough knowledge to share that on YouTube so other people can keep their TD and TDS engines running, because M51 swapped the world. Talking about engines, my last video was on the V8 I bought, where I got royally scammed. I uncovered some other things. It's way worse than I thought. The block clearly says 4 liter. And the diameter of the bore was 79. Well, I'm not going to check right now. And the other guy's explanation was that BMW used M60 blocks to build M62 engines, which of course never happened, especially since they have different bores. So yeah. And it doesn't stop there with the engines, because we'll pull the engine out of the E9 to finally start with the metalwork. So yeah, things are taking their time, and see you soon.